Across Louisiana, the number of vaccinated children entering kindergarten is dropping.
The state health department tracks the numbers as doctors say they're concerned about this latest trend. An interactive map on the state health department's website allows you to see the vaccination rates in Louisiana broken down by parish and school. To start school, all kindergartners in the state are required to receive vaccines against polio, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, 2 doses of the chickenpox vaccine, a vaccine to protect against measles, mumps, and rubella, and a vaccine against diphtheria, tetanus, and whooping cough. But we found that many schools across the state have children attending who aren't vaccinated. For the 2021 school year, 90% of kindergartners across the state were vaccinated. The next year, the rate dropped to 89%. The year after that, the 2023 school year, the number was down to just below 86%.
Surprising, it's somewhat alarming.
Across the country, the CDC found that vaccination coverage among kindergartners dropped from 95% in 2019 to 92.7% for measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine during the 2023-2024 school year. Health educator Dr. Eric Griggs points to exemptions that parents can claim when enrolling a child in school.
Since the pandemic, we've changed their rules with exemptions, like religious exemptions or medical exemptions, and as those rules become more lax, as people don't believe in the science of it, they can opt for their children not to get vaccinated.
While looking at the state health department data, we found many individual schools followed the statewide trend of falling vaccination rates. Sometimes access to vaccines is the problem.
We're a rural state. Not everyone has access to a primary care physician. Not everyone has access to information, just the proper information.
But it's not all falling rates. We also found schools with higher vaccination numbers from 2021 to 2023. The map also allows you to check out vaccination rates by parish. Concordia Parish has one of the lowest vaccination rates in the state, with just shy of 53% of school children vaccinated. On the flip side, Red River Parish in North Louisiana is the most vaccinated, with almost 96% of kindergartners vaccinated. The head physician at Manning Children's Hospital explains what he thinks is behind the changing numbers.
Some of it has to do with skepticism where vaccines are concerned. There's a tremendous amount of misinformation and disinformation.
Doctors say falling vaccination rates mean more illnesses. A measles outbreak in Texas is now spreading to other states like New Mexico.
If you have an unvaccinated child who's in the room with an unvaccinated child with another one that has measles, again, it's a 90% infection rate. With measles, it's something it lingers in the air for 2 hours.
Louisiana Surgeon General Ralph Abraham and Senator Bill Cassidy urge parents to take this seriously.
We encourage the parents to get their child immunized. If you're pregnant, talk to your doctor. You do not want to get measles when you're pregnant. It affects potentially not only you, but the baby in your womb.
Louisiana hasn't reported any measles cases this year, but the state is seeing a record number of whooping cough cases. In fact, the health department says 2 babies died within the last 6 months of it. Doctors say both measles and whooping cough are preventable diseases.
It's an absolute tragedy, and honestly, nothing I would have imagined when I was training in pediatrics or in my early days as an infectious disease doctor.
While vaccinated children are much more protected than those unvaccinated, Griggs explains the main concern with falling vaccination rates is herd immunity.
If 95% of the population is vaccinated, it's called herd immunity. The exposure, there's less circulating in the community population for someone to build up the nidus for an infection to take place. So even if you are exposed to an unvaccinated child with the measles, because you're vaccinated, you might not take in enough for it to actually cause you to be ill.
That's why he and Dr. Kline implore parents to get their children vaccinated to protect them and others. The CDC finds that last school year, exemptions to vaccines increased in 40 states across the U.S.